Hi, my name's Nella and I'm the director on Astitva. Astitva is a short, poetic, experimental documentary exploring the lives and experiences of transmasculine and non-binary people in India. Before I go into more details about the film, let me just introduce you to my core crew.
Hi, I'm Veda, and I'm the producer on Astitva.
Hi, I'm Jana. I'm going to be the editor for the project. So I myself am trans, and that's a big part of why we want to make this project and why we're all very directly invested in it.
The tone of our film will be hopeful. It'll be a space of tranquility for trans audiences and possibly even a space of education for cisgender audiences. This film will be influenced by two main questions. What comes to mind when you think of safety? And where did you last feel safe and centered in your trans body and experience? Visually, the film will comprise of several different layers. The core of it, of course, will be the contributors and the collaborators' content that they give us. It could be anything from stills to scans of artwork to journals to self-shot images and footage. Anything they want to share with us. But all based around the idea of safety and where they feel safe and centered in themselves. The second layer of the film will be traditional Indian shadow puppetry and will tell the stories of Indian mythology which explore gender fluidity and genderlessness. The third layer will be our own experiments with analog film. We'll be toning and scratching and painting the film to add textures and layers to the contributors' footage. We also want to explore Indian embroidery and see how we can bring that into the film.
Additionally, with representation and how people are represented in media, we have all taken issue with the way that a lot of trans people are portrayed in both Western and Indian media, because a lot of it's focused on trauma. A lot of it is focused on the pain and suffering of trans people. It's not an honest reflection of that. It's a reflection that effectively ends up just putting more suffering out into the world without actually shining a light on anything. And quite frankly, that's not really great for anybody. It's not great for trans people who have to watch that or who end up watching that because it just inflicts more suffering upon them. It's not great for cis audiences who are actually seeking to understand the trans experience. We also want to focus very directly on transmasculine and gender-non-conforming people within the community because they don't get the spotlight a lot of the time, even though they should. A lot of trans documentaries made in India or trans media in India focuses on the hijra, or it focuses on trans feminine people. So that means that there's a whole other groups of gender non-conforming and trans men who go unrecognized. To effectively push those people under the rug is not good, and we would like to shine a spotlight on them in a really, really positive way if we can.
If you want to find out more about the visual style of the film, go ahead and read our Indiegogo page. We'll be talking and discussing more about how we're actually going to make this film.
This is why we need your kindness and generosity. The bulk of our budget is going to go towards paying the trans and gender non-conforming creatives that are going to provide their expertise and experience to help making this film. The pandemic has been extremely hard for everyone, but the impact it's had on vulnerable communities has been unprecedented. We believe it's our duty now more than ever to make sure we pay trans creatives for their work. Our other major costs include buying Super 8 film to experiment with and sending our film to film festivals so that the voices we've tried to center get the platform and the audience that they deserve. Any money we raise that goes beyond just our budget will be divided and sent to charities that work with trans people both in India and in the UK, and we'd be more than happy to provide Indiegogo updates proving the same.
Donating to our Indiegogo will really help. Not only will you be donating to make this film, you'll be donating to a cause, because this film is going to highlight some really important experiences. Alongside this, we do have some really cool gifts on offer. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to follow our Instagram and donate to our Indiegogo. If you can't donate, please share, because that's really helpful as well. I'm really looking forward to making this film. Thanks.